If anybody gonna be subscribed to me, they gonna be subscribed to me forever. What's going on, y'all? It's Love and Hip Hop, New York, season 8. Season 8. I'm thinking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 6, episode 4 or 5, I think. I can't remember, but y'all know. Um, let's just get into it. So, the first thing I actually want to talk about is Rich and his daughter. Um, so they meet up for lunch or whatever. She's talking to him about using his credit card and for clothes or whatever. And he like, clothes, like, I got enough clothes. I mean, what do you need to use my credit card for? She was like, clothes for me and everything. And then she was like, she got a surprise for him. And he's like, oh, Lord, what is this surprise? Because the last surprise, he found out she wasn't a virgin. Ooh, excuse me. And, so he's just nervous or whatever. And he was like, all right, show me the surprise. She steps back and shows him her belly ring. And, he was just like, oh my God, like, her mom, your mom's gonna kill me and everything, and she's already upset because I ain't taking you to church 10, 15 times out the day or whatever. And, Rich is the more lenient parent. Yeah, he's the more lenient parent, and Ashley's mom is kind of strict or whatever, and you know, he's just like, I don't know how she's gonna react when she sees this or hears about this or whatever. Okay, so moving on from that, Ashley's mom starts she comes to Rich's house and starts packing Ashley's stuff, and Ashley, she's pissed off. And she kind of called a little attitude with her mama too. Her mama was like, she was asking, giving her the rundown, like asking her everything. Does she got this? Does she got that? And Ashley was like, yeah, I know how to pack. And I was like, ooh, girl, I would have got hit talking to my mother like that. But I'm just saying, like no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But Rich, he comes in and he's ambushed by the whole situation. He's like, what the fuck, what's going on or whatever. And Ashley was like, she's making me leave or whatever. And the baby mama, she starts explaining, and I don't even keep on calling her the baby mama, but I forgot her name. But she keeps on, she explains how, she's running wild out here. Like, she got her belly button pierced, and, she found out on Instagram and everything. And, Rich was like, dang, I knew she was going to find out about this, but I didn't know she was going to find out this soon. And, Rich, the baby mama was like, you haven't took her to church one time since she's been up here. And Rich was like, he's not that type of dude, which is understandable because everybody don't go to church. I used to go to church, but I don't go no more because it's just a lot of fake people and just hypocrites, and I don't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like you could praise God at home, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like you have a relationship with God. It's gonna, I don't feel like you necessarily need to go to church. Now, if you go to church or whatever, don't get mad at me. I'm just, this is just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, because ain't not everybody that go to church is thankful. I'm just saying. But, anyways, Rich, he's pissed off because, well, before that, the mom is saying she feel like Rich is being more of a friend and not a parent, and this, that, and the third. And I don't know, because I'm not a parent. You know what I'm saying? But, well, I don't know. Because, I got my belly button pierced when I turned 18. I was, legal, so I can make the decision on my own. But I did get my nose pierced when I was 17. But see, my mom knew about it, though. She took me to go get it. That's the difference between me and Ashley. See, when I got my piercing that I got, underage, I asked my mom, and my mom took me. Ashley just went behind motherfuckers' backs and got shit done. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to feel about this. You know, do y'all feel like Rich is too lenient, or do you feel like the mom was overreacting? I don't know. I mean, I understand the mom. You know, she's her mom. She was her primary caregiver for 16 years. You know, people raise their kids differently. So, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I feel like I talked about this too long. Okay. So let's go back to the continuation of the fight between Cardi and Yerma. You know, Cardi, they pulled them apart or whatever. Cardi, she's in the car, breaking the window. She like, get me out of here. You know, she kicks the window and breaks it. And Self, he claiming he feel bad or whatever. Okay, nigga, whatever. I'll be honest, y'all, this episode was boring. It was kind of boring to me. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but anyway, so he walks over to Yerma. Yerma is upset and crying, and she asking him all these questions. I mean, she's saying all this stuff to him about how you was fucking her and I didn't know none of this and all this stuff, and he claims that Cardi is old news. Nigga, please, you was still fucking around with her, and you probably fucked her a couple of days before this damn event. You know what I'm saying? She was like, that's why you were out late, and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. And, Yorma, she's just kind of over the conversation with Self and she walks away. And, Self claims that he would never, purposely put Yerma in, a situation, but you knew what was going to come from this situation sooner or later. You know how Cardi is. You know she's a short fuse. You knew that sooner or later these bitches was going to meet up. Like, come on, Self is a cornball. He really is. I see what everybody's talking about with his ass. Okay. Do I want to talk about Cardi and Mariah? We could talk about Cardi and Mariah. They have a little conversation. Cardi talks to her about what happened that night at the club, and Cardi was like, I would have never put hands on her. She would never came at me the way she did. I was like, okay, she was. I would never came at her. She would have been like, she wouldn't have been like, who is this and all this stuff, and she was like, she don't care about these other chicks. It's the fact that Self lied. Mariah says they had good chemistry together, and Cardi looking like, bitch, no, and Cardi brings up rich dollars, and Mariah explains their background history, whatever. Moving on. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Self and Cardi. Self comes into the studio to talk to Cardi and let her know what the situation is, how he wants to be with Yerma and all this other stuff, whatever. She says that you knew. I mean, she says that Self knew that she was coming there or whatever, and he was like, I didn't know, whatever. And he was like, Mariah shouldn't have invited you or whatever. She's my friend. And then Cardi was like, no, she my friend. She my friend. She my friend. You know what I'm saying? And then Self was like, no, she's my friend. And then Cardi said again, no, she my friend. She tells me stuff that she would never tell you or whatever. And he was like, how are y'all friends and y'all barely know each other? This, that, and the third. And he apologizes to Cardi for the situation that happened and putting them in that situation. And she says she don't accept his apology. She says that it's only gonna be about business at this point. Don't bring your hoes to any event that we're hosting or doing or whatever. And he agrees to it. She licks the palm of her hand and then shakes on it. She was like, okay, best friend, or something like that. She said. I was like, girl, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but I don't know what your damn tongue been. licking your hand and shit and just shake it. And then the fact that he actually shook her hand, child, I guess. Okay. So DJ Self, he's in the studio with the Migos, and he's having a little radio session. Basically leading into the topic that they're talking about leads into the situation with him. He's explaining the situation to them like as if it's not him or whatever. Like he's talking in third person or whatever about it. And then he finally reveals that he was in this situation, and he says that he hurt his relationship with somebody pretty much who was just he hurt his relationship with somebody who basically was just a fuck. That's basically what he wanted to say. And by the way, he had Yerma in the car on the way to the radio station, listening to the radio or whatever, and I think he had like flowers or something like that for her in the car. And Yerma, she gets a little bit emotional or whatever. She always crying every time you see her. Like, damn, girl. You know what I'm saying? But, they finally get to the studio and everything. Self, he comes out and talks to her. And, she, appreciates what, he did. But she needs actions and not just words. And he was like, I did this in front of millions of people and this, that, and that. He pulled a DJ Envy move. Y'all remember when DJ Envy was so-called messing with Erica Mena a few years back or whatever, and he ain't never say, of course, the name of who he was messing with, but he did, he made a public apology to his wife and shit like that. Y'all know that whole story, at least, or if you don't, look it up, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, this nigga pulling a DJ Envy move, but the only thing is, Yerma is his girlfriend and not his wife. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he don't know if Yerma is the one, but it doesn't hurt to try. And he says that he's a sucker. And, she says she might be a sucker for, staying with him, but she wants shit to work. I was like, obviously, the shit didn't work out, at least from what I see, because DJ Self went on to the radio at the Breakfast Club, just like I said, last month, with Cardi B, and Cardi B was saying how he's the side nigga and all this other shit. So is Yerma still in the picture? Or, well, I would hope she wouldn't still be in the picture. Y'all on the radio saying that shit, but whatever. Alright, y'all, so let's get into Dejanay and Penny Proud. So actually, let's get into Cisco and Dejanay. So Dejanay, she's telling Cisco about oh wait, did that happen, or am I moving ahead of myself? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dejanay and Penny Proud. Yeah, that's who I want to talk about. I'm getting ahead of myself, looking at my notes. I gotta flip back and forth. Okay, Dejanay and Penny Proud, they meet up or whatever. Dejanay is dating Cisco, and apparently he's back in town. He says he's gonna work with BBOD. And Penny Proud says that she met up with Ra or whatever about the single release event, how she still wants her to do it, this, that, and the third. Dejanay is cool with it, but she doesn't want Ra to hurt the group, to do anything that's going to hurt the group. I'm like, bitch, you already hurting the group on your own. I'm just saying. But, anyways, moving on from that. Okay, now we get Cisco and Dejanay. So Dejanay is telling him about Ra and how things kind of went left. And, Cisco kind of, he was kind of disappointed because he thought Ra was going to take her to the next level. I said, Ra can't even get on a damn level to take somebody else to the next level. I'm just saying, But, anyway, so, Cisco, he's kind of, stumbling over himself a little bit as he's talking to Dejanay, and, he was like, the music, attracted me to you or whatever, but it wasn't, she was like, was it just the music? And he was like, no, it wasn't just that, this, that, and the third. And like I said, he's kind of stumbling over himself, and, Dejanay gonna sit up here and talk about some, I don't, in her confessional, they ain't the only, she was like, I know my music and all this stuff, was what kind of, brought Cisco to my attention or whatever, but I also think, all of this got him too. And I was just like, okay, I mean, you a man with um, somebody who looked like a man with boobs, but okay. That's what somebody said to me while I was watching the show, that she looked like a man with boobs. So I mean, I don't know what. I mean, whatever. He like it, I love it. Um, so she talks about meeting family and stuff like that, and he like, hold up, we just started, he's saying in the confessional, we just started dating, and she already talking about meeting families. I think she need to slow her roll. Like, yeah, I think she do too. All right. Moving on from that, there's something else. I know something with Mariah Lynn and Cisco. Okay, yeah, Cisco and Mariah, they meet up in the studio. Mariah's talking about her mom fighting addiction or whatever, and how her baby sister is pregnant, how she has to kind of care for her at this point. And Cisco, of course, tells his story about how his mom abandoned him and how he had to become a man quick or whatever, whatever. But I still see a little boy. Anyways, and pretty much they're digging each other because of their hardships that they share in common. The fact that they both have faced hardship in their life. I was just like, I guess. So later on in the episode, they have a romantic evening or whatever that Cisco set up, and he's been thinking about her ever since they left the studio that day, and I was like, so you was thinking about her that much off of that one time? I guess, I don't know, whatever. She says that she wasn't expecting all this, and she admits that she messed around with Rich, and Cisco claims that he's still mad because Rich messed around with Diamond and this, that, and the third. But weren't y'all good at the fucking reunion? Like, yeah, y'all talked about that shit, but then after that, you was dapping him up about some other bullshit and the whole creep squad kind of thing. So I'm just like, so what the problem is, bruh? Like, I just, whatever, Mona, whatever. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So they get close to one another. They kiss, and Mariah Lynn was like, Cardi, basically saying how Cardi B, is right about, you got to use these dudes to get to the top. So I guess maybe she might be using Cisco for a come up. And we get to Dejanay and Penny Proud's little event or whatever. DB, I think that's his name, which is supposed to be Dejanay's dad. He's complimenting Rashida on the event or whatever, saying that she did pretty good. And she talks about, Mo's dad is complimenting me on this event or whatever, and you never know. Even though I love Lexi and everything, this, that, and the third, but as far as me and BBOD being, they might have missed out on a good man. And I was just like, girl, I guess, Dejanay and Rod, they, kiss and hug or whatever, and Lexi was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And Mariah and Self, they show up, and they perform Licious, Dejanay and Penny Proud, they performed that or whatever. I meant to say something about that damn song last week. I was just like, and Mariah was like, they got skills but not lyrics. I was like, bitch, what the hell you got? Y'all about on the same boat, honey. So I don't. You tried it though, but y'all on the same boat. So yeah, but delicious, delicious. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, but whatever. Cisco shows up and greets Dejanay. Lexi checks him or whatever, talk, about him being late or whatever, this, that, and third. She was like, I don't like that. Like, and I was just like, but damn. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she taking up for her friend, so whatever. Um, Mariah Lynn, she pops up on them. And, Mariah Lynn and Dejanay, they complimenting each other on each other's music. And then that's when, Mariah is basically a DJ Self and Cardi B and Yerma situation all over again, almost. And she's like, "Oh, this your boo or whatever," you know what I'm saying? And like, and Dejanay was like, "Yeah, whatever." And that's when Mariah Lynn was like, "Oh, really? Because me and him been, kicking it or whatever." And so that's when Dejanay, she's upset or whatever. And Cisco claims that it wasn't that serious, but like he said earlier, that it wasn't that serious between them. That he could date other people, she could date other people, whatever. And Dejanay was like, I knew me and Cisco was taking it slow, but not for him to fuck other bitches or whatever. And then that's when she was like, Dejanay was like, you can date other y'all two. She was like, you dating Cisco because Mo is not, like, I'm not dating him no more or whatever. And Mariah Lynn was like, okay, whatever, this, that, and third. They say something to each other, getting a little hostile. Mo is just hostile. Like, she just on 10 all the fucking time. All the fucking time. But, and she's saying that both Cisco and Mariah Lynn, they can go or whatever. And Mariah Lynn was like, ain't nobody going nowhere. She kind of step up or whatever. That's when Mo knocks the glass out her hand or some shit. And then Mariah was like, oh, wow, bitch, you knocked the glass out my motherfucking hand and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, these bitches. Yeah, I mean, Cisco, really? Child, I guess. But like I said, I mean, Mo, she just always on motherfucking 10. It's just, I'm gonna need for you to bring it down a few notches, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you feel some type of way, because, I mean, but at the same time, I mean, do Cisco really be telling these bitches what it is from up front? Because he be telling us what the fuck he be telling them, but I don't be saying, I mean, unless maybe behind the scenes or something that we ain't seeing, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know, but looks like next week Lexi gonna be done with Mo ass or whatever, because she just, I mean, she tired of her shenanigans. And oh yeah, speaking of that, Rashida and Lexi, they see what's going on or whatever, and Rashida was like, here we go again with Mo and this, then, the third, like. And Lexi, she pretty much the same way. And like I said, it looks like next week Lexi, Penny Proud, is gonna be over Dejanay. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this episode. I'm sorry if this is not what y'all wanted. It's just, I don't know, this episode was just kind of boring to me. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys I guess later on in the week for the Gossip Chronicles. Alright. Peace out.